Upgrading the TRD exhaust.
All right, ready, set, go!
Alright, so I drove about an hour east to pick this up because my dealer wanted to rip me off like $500 for it, saying that that's what they charge now. Here it is, strapped it down. Both the part numbers are listed in the beginning of the next clip.
It has been a long day, but I got it here. Here's the full install instructions. There's an empty box. There's Howie. So where could it be? Oh.
So the full name of this is the TRD Pro True Dual Catback Exhaust System with polished stainless steel TRD engraved exhaust tips.
So increased airflow with the AFE Power CAI is going to be nutty, real nutty. TRD gaskets and the rest of the hardware. This manifold plate is so damn sharp. When I pulled it out of the plastic, it had a plastic on it. These sides are crazy. I actually cut my finger right there. So this is, it's beautiful. It's polished. It's still gonna have rocks hitting it and stuff. Okay, the entire thing is getting sprayed down, guys. Now I went to like AutoZone, Advanced Auto, and WalMart Superstore. And WalMart Superstore carries this. One can. They didn't carry the primer, so you're supposed to use high heat 2000 degree Rust Oleum primer on all of this. And y'all probably need like 3 or 4 cans. It's 2 to 3 coats. Wait 10 minutes between each coat. If you wait longer than 10 minutes, you could have trouble bonding to itself. If you don't wait, obviously it won't dry properly. Then you go straight to this. It's like a satin matte black. This is the next step, 2 to 3 coats. No longer than 10 minutes between each coat, or it could have trouble bonding to itself. After that, there is a real cure process that you're supposed to do. And I actually called RustOleum. I did. And they're like, yeah, you got to bake it in an oven. I'm like, I don't have an industrial size oven in that kind of time.
All the information provided in this clip was provided by RustOleum over the phone, and they verified that they actually know what they're talking about. It's also on the back of the can, the baking process off the vehicle or on the vehicle. You can still bake it on the vehicle. You just spray your last coat, you wait the time, you quickly install it, and then you let your vehicle run.
They said it's guaranteed for 3 to 5 years. It's not like a 1-year spray it every year type thing. Now what am I even talking about? I'm talking about rust.
And staining.
This is going to protect this quote-unquote stainless steel full exhaust from its long life ahead of it. I've seen guys on YouTube spray it every winter. Right before every winter, they clean theirs down and respray. But RustOleum on the phone said 3 to 5 years. If done properly, which I'm not going to do it complete properly, but at least I'm doing something. So it's nighttime now. It's been a crazy long day. So we are going to get that done. Look, I'm in the And then I also bought these baddie bads. 4-ton. The 2018 Toyota Tundra weighs 5,890 pounds. That's 3 tons. And I almost got the 2-ton. And I was like, wait, let me Google the weight of this.
In between the two jack stands, you can see the actual bottle jack that's provided in your Tundra. I'll show right now 2 photos so you can see all the jacking points if you ever need to jack your Tundra. So in this clip, I got the truck up on the jack stands on a flat surface. Everything was going fine. I removed the tailpipe after the muffler. And later in this video, you'll see that that is awesome. If you don't plan on getting a TRD, just remove that tailpipe from the muffler back because you don't really need it. And I'll go on to explain carbon monoxide, past the cab, and all that stuff. But back to what we're talking about. I go under here and I look at this and think that I can't take off the nuts through the bolt that are holding the bolts from the muffler to the cat backs. There's 4 of them. So that's why I end up going to a shop. And the guy, I get there, he's like, no, they purposely weld the nut on there to keep it in place, obviously, to keep it a tight seal. For some reason, I was trying to take the nut off, and even in the instructions, it says remove the bolts. So I could have done this myself, and I was going to do it myself right out in the parking lot and do everything at home. But as you'll see in this video, is actually a cool, good idea that I ended up at the shop because I met some cool people and got it done right and much easier, like way less labor on my end.
Now, I have that tailpipe off that I removed already. I don't know if I saw, I showed you guys that. I don't know if you saw it. The pipe from the muffler to the tailpipe, to the end of the whole exhaust system, that's off. So it's just at muffler right now. And there is increased performance. Woo! Seriously, I spun out earlier. I've never spun out like that before. The back pressure is seriously relieved by taking that tailpipe off. For all you Tundra guys, when it comes time for inspection, just put it back on. But I mean, there's a slight louder muffler, deeper, real deep. Oh, it's so nice. A tiny little drone that's perfect, the perfect kind of drone. Yeah. Oh, gas is done. $54. So after doing some research, I found that there's a few differences between back pressure and low end torque. So some back pressure is required, or you can lose low end torque. You can gain high RPM horsepower, but you'll lose low end torque. So you have to find the equal medium. That's what all exhaust systems do, or are supposed to do. Some people just get them for the noise. Some people get them for the amount of airflow, you know, the higher RPM horsepower. So basically what I'm trying to say is I've also found that if you were to take that piping off right after your muffler, as long as it's past the cab, you shouldn't have any problems with the carbon monoxide poisoning. People have died because they cut it off at the catalytic converter, sat there for a makeout session for 40 minutes, and the dude and the chick died.
On a new truck, you shouldn't have to worry about that because it's got all brand new door seals and stuff. But if you're still worried, you can get a down-facing pipe put on there, and that's going to help prevent that black spot under your truck. Eventually, all the soot from the carbon monoxide will make a black spot if it's coming out underneath the cab. But if it's coming out past the cab, you're good. The tailpipe connected to the muffler is on a hanger, and it has 1 bolt through a J-clamp. It's super easy to remove.
Right there, all that black will get on stuff. Eventually, I'm coming under here to clean everything and spray everything anyway, but it does sound nice right now. There's not as much back pressure, so I actually have some gains. And we're going to talk about that right now. So it does sound a little better with that tailpipe off. I read a lot of forums, did a lot of research for you guys so you don't have to. And basically, The reason they put that tailpipe is for the carbon monoxide. There's no performance value in it. If anything, it's restricting more airflow. Now, it does sound better, listen. And I honestly feel like it also has more low-end torque at the same time. Like, taking that tailpipe off is not a bad move, especially in this Toyota Tundra. I can't speak for every truck out there. And that may have had a leak in it too. It's just a clamp holding a pipe to a pipe, which was that tailpipe coming out after the muffler. So anyway, I'll give you guys one more sound clip of this. All right, I'm going to step on it. I'm not in tow or haul or anything. It's definitely not as fast as my old R1, but it's pretty fucking fast, and it sounds nice. Honestly, like, I can't really say that it did that much, but with the cold air intake combination, I think it did give it a little something. What I really like is the deeper noise it makes and the slight drone now that it makes. All right, the muffler man. You hear that? Yeah. The muffler's off now. This thing is loud as shit. I'm literally not pushing the gas. All right, I'll give you one full step down with a muffler delete on an 18 Toyota Tundra. You ready? All right, I'm gonna put 4 coats on the top, 4 coats on the bottom. Focusing on the sides and the weird points, not the main top. Alright, coat is 1.5 on there. Forgot the heat shield and the bracket, but that's fine, they're good. 1.5 means I did one full side, flipped it over and did another. That's 1 coat. Now it's flipped over again. 1 full side. In 3 minutes I do the next coat. It has to be 10 minutes, no more, no less between each coat, because it could have problems sticking or not sticking. Then cure right after this. I'm rushing it over to heat it up. He's going to install it, I'll heat it, and it'll be cured and baked and good. When you spray this, focus on the sides. You're not just going to go in and spray the top. Yeah, that's the visible part. You got to hit the sides first and hit the hard areas. The top will get that overspray, and then you hit the top. You always focus for the sides first and the nooks and crannies and the weird stuff. You don't go, oh, the top. That's it. Alright, I just got finished spraying the last coat. So anyway, the TRD is on without those tailpipes. And damn, it sounds so quiet now. I kind of miss this loud thing. But nah, actually, that was way too loud. Alright, so here it is, first drive. It honestly sounds stock, guys. So I have to let it idle now for about 15 more minutes. It's been on about 5 minutes while I paid. It was only 20 bucks. I threw that guy like 15 bucks cash just for being cool. And I lifted the muffler up with gloves on. Like, it literally has no scratches on it.
All right, so I followed the curing process on the vehicle. The heat process, I'm reading it on the back of the can right now. Items on vehicle, run vehicle at idle for 10 minutes, then allow 20 minutes to cool. Run it again on idle, 20 minutes, then allow it to cool for 20 again. Run vehicle at normal operating conditions for 30 minutes and allow it to cool off. And that's the end of it.
Alright, so I'm on the second cure phase, and I just drove it to LA Fitness about 14 minutes. I'm about to be here in a second. And at one point I high revved it and then had to slow down. And man, the fumes coming off of the paint curing smell so bad. Oh man. Like, and there was a bunch of smoke coming around the truck. I honestly thought that like fire. Not sure. Check it right now. I'll show you guys. Ooh, it stinks. But I already did my research. I know that it's normal, it says, for you to smell fumes and stuff. There she is. Everything actually looks fine. But it does smell, yeah, and the can's actually called Rust Oleum, says it's normal for it to smell and smoke. I did it a little different. I did 20 minutes idle, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes driving, 30 minutes off, or 45 minutes off, and 20 minutes driving, then 3 hours off, and now I'm doing 12 minutes drive, and then we'll do another 12 minutes idle, and that's like the fourth cure. So I'm doing it my own way, but it smells so bad. It does, but it does sound a little different. Tomorrow's going to be a whole nother different story with the other pipes. This is probably a long video. All right, guys. So it's the next day. I just had the TRD pipes installed. I didn't cure them with the 2000 degree paint because I want to test them, see how they sound, see the back pressure, the low end torque, the high horsepower gains, if anything. Mainly the sound. Well, not mainly. I really care more about the airflow and the pressure, gas mileage, stuff like that. If these pipes sound worse, I see less performance, maybe on the gas mileage, a little tank average, or whatever. I'll take them off and keep them off because I did enough research for you guys to know that the way that this TRD set up, at least for the 18 Tundra, probably for most Tundras, you can leave those pipes off. You don't need those pipes. So we'll find out right now if you should have them or not. I'm doing the research, and they're on right now. So I'm going to give you guys a rev in the cab. I gave you a rev in the cab, did I? Before? I think I did. And we'll go out right now and look at them. Let's go. Right off the bat, I'll tell you it's a lot quieter. A lot quieter. Shaking, I hear a little bass. Alright, so I haven't revved it yet. I'm still right here at the body shop, so this is the moment of truth. Put the windows down for you guys, and we'll see if it's changed or not. You ready? Well, it sounds, it's obviously quieter. It is. Unfortunately, it is quieter. So those pipes are going to come off, either to be treated and go back on with the 2000 degree Rust Oleum, or come off and stay off. And try and return them back. I'm only going to drive on them for like one day. So here we go, little rev test. Ready? Oh, damn. Those are staying on, baby. I already know those are staying on. Holy shit. Better back pressure, guys. That's it right there. There's your research. Better, trust me. I've been looking at this shit. I've been testing the different stuff. That was more low end torque gain right there. And it actually sounds a lot better. Holy fuck, that sounds a lot better, guys. Okay, so I might actually just take these off and have them treated today. Yeah. I believe that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Alright. This exhaust system was completely designed that way on purpose. I mean, those pipes, it's an interesting concept, those pipes. On the old muffler, I felt like it had more gains with them off. But with this one, the new TRD muffler, with the pipes off, yeah, it had some performance and a little better sound. But once I put those tailpipes on, past the muffler, I actually feel better now. And way better sound. Woohoo! Way better. Way better, I promise you. Just put the whole TRD on. Have it treated 2K Rust Oleum. This video's getting long. Alright, so the muffler guy just took them off again. The pipes are back off. So I'm going to go back down this exact same road that I did and gun it like I did. And you guys get to hear the difference. Ready? Yeah, it does not sound as good. And it doesn't, there's not as much low end torque. I swear to God for you guys. For real. I mean, you can't test this unless you test it. Trust me. Just install the whole system. That's all. Alright, about to do the same thing. I taped them off, prepped them, wiped them. I actually didn't cover those holes, which shouldn't matter for this one. If I get a little bit in there, that should be alright. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. 4 coats. Focusing on sides. It's going to be 8 because of the flip. Alright, so I just got the rest of the TRD installed, guys. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a video when it was all done being painted and stuff, but there it is. So that's the weld right there, and then there's a seam. So I did it right there at the seam, and it looks clean. Mud flap's gonna protect it. Unfortunately, when I get the lift and the bigger 35s, that polished steel eventually might get painted black too. I just remembered I want to wipe these off real quick, because touching them can cause staining and something for the first heat, when these heat up for the first time, it said on the instructions. But yeah, this is black all the way back on both sides. I did the seam again on that one, all the way up, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wipe those. So here's what it looks like from the back, like if you're behind me in traffic. Those black tailpipes just look so clean. You gotta do it. Like, look at that. It's so clean looking. Oh, perfect. I don't know, are those tires too small for that guy? That's pretty lifted though.